is so silk. Is this like some sort of silk song? Am I streaming properly? Hang on a sec. I am. And this is true. I don't freaking know. 1.0. Hang on. How many subscribers did I have last time I streamed? That was before I hit 1,000, wasn't it? Who the frick gave me 4.1 thousand hype points? Who? That's like actually a significant amount. Who did that? Hello, Max Gaming. How are you? Why? It's not letting me open my own stream. Uh-oh. Hello, Loppy Enthusiast, how are you? I'm trying to share this with my... There we go. Now I can share it. I will warn you guys, I am not in my best setup right now. Give me a sec. I'm gonna real quick just ping Suburbias, I guess. Because I can do that. Oh, I'm sure it will be. My friends have said it's good, and they played a lot of it. You know, I actually don't know if a single person in Suburbia... Hi, Cactus King. Hi, Loppy Enthusiast. Hi, Max Gaming. How are all of you? Thank you. I actually have, like, no idea if, there's, like, a single person in Suburbia that actually has that notification on, but whatever. That seems right already. I also just realized that I have, like, I have to tab out to check chat. This is bad news. I'll figure it out. They see your beauty, so frail and fine. They see your peace, woven of faith and toil. They forget your heart, bound in slumber and servitude. When you wake, they shall see your truth. A beast's nature bare to all. From Farlum's Folly by the conductor Ramino. By the way, I have played a lot of Hollow Knight, and I'm very close to beating it, but I actually didn't beat it yet. So I will probably do that off stream. And then do a bunch of it. They still haven't added your role to Main Street yet? What? Press any button to skip. Why would I do that? This actually looks really cool. I don't know how to commentate on over cutscenes. It looks cool. That's the, Silk Song. I know that the characters have actual names, but I'm just going to call them the Hollow Knight and the Silk Song, because that's way funny. I don't even know what the Hollow Knight one is named. I know that that one's the Hornet, but that's because you encounter that one. I think. Yeah. Also, I don't know if the game audio is good or if it's too loud or too quiet. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, this is Deltarune yesterday. Guys, I hope they announce Silk Song in the next Nintendo Direct. Wait a minute. Is this Silk Song news? Can I jump yet? That's my sword. Ooh. Valspar looks cool. Fine. Wowie. Whoa. I'm like I do a little tiptoe. There's something I love about how much more has to turn to go into looking up and down because of how absurdly large those horns are. Whoa! That's different. Okay, hang on. That is a little loud. Yes, I'm keeping the hero voice. That's very cool. Dude, this is like a Smash Bros. Down air or something. The character you play in Hollow Knight is named the Knight. Okay, at that point I might as well just call him the Hollow Knight. If he's literally just called the Knight, and he's like kinda hollow. A game by Team Cherry, and I knew that. I did not. I mean, like, I knew it was by the same people that made the Whoa, wait a minute. You can't wall jump yet? Maybe that's unlocked, but... Okay, one of my friends said that, like, bouncing off enemies was harder. Maybe I was thinking of the wrong thing, but, like, it seems pretty easy. That's it. Oh! I got used to having the double jump in the This, so far, plays almost exactly the same. It's just now I can't wall jump, but I can ledge climb. And now instead of doing a downwards nail, I do, like, this. Which, honestly, is really cool. I like both. Did I just take 2 damage from that? What's that bar? Is that soul? Is that just a weird soul? It's probably just soul. But, yeah, I have yet to actually beat Hollow Knight, but I've been playing it lately, and it's a very fun game. If you haven't tried it and you have any interest in 2D platformers, I'd recommend it. Apparently, it's apparently not for everyone, somehow. But, it definitely is fun for me. It's not, like, the same sort of Metroidvania as, you know, like, Metroid, but it definitely is still very similar. And I think it's very good. Check DMs. You make a good point. I did forget. Hang on a sec. Thank you for reminding me. I'm just gonna... Hang on a sec. I'm just gonna say, in response to me pointing out that they didn't set up my server role, I'm just gonna say, I forgot to link the server, so I'll call it even. Also, okay. I swear to God, I just checked the ad settings. It should not be giving you 7 ads. What's happening? Dude, it cannot be that much. What's the matter with you? What's wrong with her? Whoa! Wait a minute, hang on, I need to figure out my... Bind. I think this would be what I used to have set to shift. I don't know. I feel like leaving most of this. What did you want? Max, what's wrong with you? Oh, whoa. Hang on. What button? What the? What even is that? What do you mean challenge? What does that even mean? Am I just gonna go up to? Hang on, wait a minute. You there? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I'm sorry. Oh, it's different when I have soul. Or whatever that is. I don't know if that's still considered soul. Yeah, that uses up some of my soul for some reason. That's interesting. Can't believe they added that button. The challenge. Am I having a heart attack? That's not what having a heart attack looks like, by the way. And we're back. I can't wall jump up that. I still don't remember if wall jumping was like something you unlocked in Hollow Knight or if you just had that. I'm loving the movement so far, though. To be clear, in Hollow Knight, at least in the point of the game that I'm at, I specifically remember, like, it wasn't... Ooh. Oh, okay, I can see why they said it was harder in this game, because now it's that. Well, okay, that's a cool animation. Hang on. How did I heal myself? I don't have enough points for it. Uh-oh. Am I gonna die? I might. I was observing the cool animations too much. Okay, that's a lot more healing than before. Although, to be fair, it also seems to be harder to use it. Okay, how do I make... Is it RNG or do I actually do different inputs to make her do different flips? This is very important, by the way. This is integral to my enjoyment of the game. Okay, that was just me sucking. Alright, I'm done. It seems like RNG. I fixed the issue with... Hang on, is the description actually changed, by the way? Like, properly? Ooh, I really like that movement. Okay. How many people in chat actually are familiar with Hollow Knight / Silksong? I believe Gamer King... Gamer King, you're new to... You're not that familiar with it, right? Or am I just assuming things wrong? Okay, I just wasted a little bit of soul. Oops. Or whatever. Bind? I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know what's going on. Watch Sustain play Hollow Knight a bit. You finished it. I think that silk thing you need to hold to heal. Don't actually have silk yet. You should probably get it. Wait, the silk thing? No, I just tapped a button and I healed. Or there's crest. Needle in. Oh, I can't do anything right now. I don't know what's wrong with Hornet. I mean, Silksong. Silk Knight. See, I should call her Silk Knight, because if I just call her Silksong, then people will think I'm stupid and be like, oh, I just assume that the main character is named the game. But no, I'm not stupid, I'm just I'm just silly. I'm just a silly little guy. Yeah, see, I'm trying to press the button and it's not working. If I hold that, it doesn't do anything. Let's see. That's not what I meant to do. Shoot. Is this a mini boss? I don't know if this game is going to be like super difficult. Moss Mother? It's like a queen bee. I still don't have the dash yet, which is like a pretty big deal. Although, to be fair, I do have the downwards. You know, I'm just assuming things. What if I don't have a dash in this game? You know, they might have introduced different movement. I have heard they changed the movement a lot. Jesus Christ. Alright. I keep assuming that I'll be able to go all the way down with that. That's not how it works. I am going to die. That actually was a huge save. Jeez. That's 3 hearts I just got by using up my energy like that. I mean, even with the context of I need more of it to start using it, that's, like, crazy. Ow! I win. The fact that I got that close to losing is only marginally concerning. Would you consider Hollow Knight to be a hard game? It's not like Cuphead, where it's just, like, constantly difficult. I would say, in a similar sense that Metroid games are hard. Like, I think some of the bosses are pretty difficult, but it is also worth pointing out that it is a game that has, like, a shop where you can upgrade yourself. So if you're, like, not willing or not able to, like, you know, get good at the game and beat the bosses, which are not, like, a constant occurrence. That's not the whole game. It is a Metroidvania, after all. You can just become stronger. I would say that in a lot of instances, the game is somewhat challenging, but it's not like you'll be stuck on a fight for hours. Like, that doesn't really happen. You'll be stuck on a fight for, like, maybe a tiny bit, and that's, like, the harder ones. But there is post-game content that is difficult. So I would say it's, like, actually very well-rounded. I think it's harder than your average platformer, but it's not exactly, like, that hard. It is reasonable to get into. Nice, you both have Suburbia's Main Street and my Discord server in the description. You have... I have... Listen. I typed it in really quickly. I'm gonna have to make that, like, a channel default. There we go. But yeah, it's not like it's a fun game. I should probably read stuff. You're another pilgrim then, scuttled out of the darkness to climb the great path and bow at its gilded peak. I am no pilgrim, I am Hornet. I arrive in your land by no choice of my own. This is not what Hornet would sound like. I am pilgrim, wait. All the world. I am no pilgrim, I am Hornet, and I arrive in your land by no choice of my own. I was brought to your kingdom by force, captured by strange bugs clad in veils. Oh, how curious. The bugs of the citadel at the summit of our land, they veil themselves in service in service to their faith, or perhaps as slaves to something greater. Was I doing the wrong voice? I give up. No, I was doing the wrong voice. I give up. No. Keep my weapon drawn. Kingdom is gripped by curse. I understand it now. I'm here to look at cool visuals and platform, I'm not gonna lie. Default channel settings, my beloved. Huh? Oh, that. No, I just realized what you meant. No, yeah, that's a very nice, part of YouTube, I guess, is, like, the preset descriptions that you can do. Like, my Discord server is always linked. And I'm gonna have to add suburbias to that. I kind of forgot that there is a term. Like, I genuinely forgot about that. Like, other than that, it makes zero difference. So it's like, sure, why not? I should probably stop rushing, actually. Hang on. I'm sorry. Streamer, when the video game is supposed to be observed. I'm not a pilgrim. I am no pilgrim, sir. It seems we will be traveling a similar path. Not a pilgrim? Well, it makes no difference, I suppose. We all must walk the roads up and up, though most of us will follow long before we see the grand gates. If you're wise, you'll stop here and rest a while before heading out into that dangerous world. I might turn that off at some point. Oh. Here we go. I did waste that. I was curious to test it. What have I done? Do I have a map? Not yet, no. Ah, yes, this area where I couldn't do anything. Except for the things that I could do and just didn't. It's backtracking, it's a Metroidvania, it's okay. Check it. Darn. See, this little downward dash is making me wish that I could keep my momentum with it. Like, oh, dang it. Hang on. Like how in Super Mario 3D World, you can do that to maintain speed. How do I... I'll get there, hang on. I don't know if I already did that or not. Okay, well now I have, like, 2 of them, so... This will probably be a game that I'll try to, like, stream frequently until I beat it, by the way. Oops. I, like, started going this way and then didn't finish checking out what was here. By the way, okay, should I give a quick explanation on some core game mechanics? Bone Bottom gives of Dirtmouth vibes. Well, probably because they're both, like, starter areas, right? But, I guess for, like, Gamer King, and maybe if anyone else watching doesn't know Hollow Knight very well, I'll like explain some things that are like somewhat imported over. My main attack is obviously this like weird little nail thing. I mean, it looks more like a sword in this game. I guess that they're both nails. It's just, you know, we're bugs, we're small. But if I hit an enemy with it, then in the top left you can see a little bar. It looks a lot different in this game actually, but there's that white bar thing. And when it's full, I can use it to cast what is effectively like this game's version of spells. I don't know if... I guess... Oh, there is a sprint button. Can you hear my mom from over here? I really hope you can't. But, I still don't know what this is for. I have no idea. I don't know what... This seems sort of like it might be some sort of spell at some point. But what is definitely a spell is, or not spell, a bind, whatever. Not literally a spell, but basically this game's equivalent, is this heal move that I can do, which is heals me 3 points, which you can see I have 5 max in the top left. And in Hollow Knight it would only be 1 at a time, but it also wouldn't take as long to use, and you would be able to, and it wouldn't use up the entire bar. You'd have like 3 uses of it. So I think the reason they changed that was so that it's harder to like just constantly use it during a boss fight. How am I lost in the first area of the game? I'm not really lost, I just... Didn't I... Oh, wait, I know where I'm going. Okay, my bad. I forgot that there is a door in the top left. There's upgrades and whatnot that I can get, sorta, in a way. There's, like, new stuff I'll be able to use. It's a Metroidvania. The biggest difference I'm seeing so far between this game and the last game in terms of, like, basic controls is just, like I mentioned at the very start, I can do, like, a nail attack directly downward instead of a kick. Although the kick is pretty freaking cool. Although I also didn't mind being able to do a nail attack straight downwards. That was genuinely one of the most fun things to do in the game because you could, like, pogo off of enemies. And you can still do that in this game, it's just harder now. But it also is more versatile, so, like, that's pretty cool. More of a needle than a nail. I mean, they call it a nail. It does look like a needle, though, you're right. It's used as a sword, that's the main thing that you need to know. And in Hollow Knight, it's a lot harder to tell what it is, because I don't think it was, like, visibly on the character's back in that game. Maybe I shouldn't fall down that hole. I think that's a little bit faster. Hello, Dab on you. How are you? This game looks pretty. It is very pretty. Mario Rabbids jump scare. I kind of thought of the same. Blah! Blah! That was terrible. Anyway. You look like you might be useful. You're the fixer. Okay. Does this guy have anything important? A trade? I don't have anything. Oh well. Oh, I can use that more than once, it's just a long delay. You're starting Silk Song right now? Alright, have fun with that. I kinda wanna know what's down here. Tis fearful world out there. If you keep quiet, I don't mind you joining me. You've chosen a curious... all the world. You've chosen a curious place to rest, ma'am. That's not a fitting voice at all. You've chosen a curious place to rest, ma'am. This pit of bells and the structure around it, they suggest a station for travel, though one long abandoned. Frickin'... Some even say bugs used to travel through them, in gilded carriages no less. Surely such fanciful travel would be a sin for us pilgrims. We must walk and climb and crawl using only our own meager claws. Only thus can we prove our devotion. What? Wait a minute. And worth a try. I'll just leave. In a kingdom we sing of silk. The song of silk. And that's true. Oh, that's an enemy. Little guy. I challenge you to a duel. I don't know what it does. I have no idea. That was a little wasteful, but whatever. I was testing to see if maybe holding the jump button is what makes it a different animation. Whoa, big boy. I don't know, this guy kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country. Alright, there's definitely going to be an upgrade at some point that lets me make that go further. By the way, I'm playing in a very weird way to just make this, like, less painful on the mic. I made it to where my keyboard is on my lap, so that you guys don't have to hear the keyboard. I knew that was going to happen. Is there a boss? Another mini? Oh. Guys, I'm scared. Hang on. You think you want me to fight this bug? Large bug. I don't know. Alright. What is this, like, Kirby minion rush, dude? You know what I'm talking about? How in, like, every Kirby game, especially, like, the ones that have come out within, like, the past 15 years, will just, like, randomly have certain levels that will just be interrupted by a little minion rush. Not like a boss rush, like, just like a wave of minions that are not in any way difficult to deal with. I always find those, like, I'm not even complaining about them. I kind of like them. Like, they're not impressive level design or anything. It's just, I find them a little fun, as long as they don't overuse it. Which can apply to a lot of 2D platform mechanics, really. Another pilgrim, a humble one. Is that like this universe's version of calling someone a peasant? Or something? That's what I'm getting here. Well, it's probably like this universe's version of calling someone a pilgrim. Come to think of it. You know, that is a word. Like, in real life. I do appreciate that this is, like, faster. Was there anything over here that I haven't already seen? Oh, I'm freaking stupid. Okay. And I'm so good with directions and navigation. And this is true. Why is the gimmick of this game silk? Why is that's like saying the gimmick of Hollow Knight is hollow. What the frick do you mean? I can't even... Oh, that's LawP enthusiast. Okay. Okay, I need to, like, do something about my, like, restream UI, because blue usernames are impossible to read. And it's not your fault, by the way. Was this worth it? It was worth it. Okay. And that's good. Ooh, hello. Humble yourself for the shows of this kid. Alright. Called me a pilgrim. Okay, this is already visually a lot cool. Okay, the first game was already visually quite cool looking. What the... Oh my goodness. This is all... Whoa! That was his fault. He deserved that. I did nothing wrong. Bop, bop, bop. I knew that was going to happen. Wait a minute. No, I cannot do that. I cannot charge up a nail, which makes sense, because you couldn't do that until, like, later game in Hollow Knight, but, you know. You never know with sequels like this. I mean, if you even want to call it a sequel, it might be a prequel, or, like, alternate thing. When you're playing as a character that you encounter in the previous game, it's just you're not playing as the same... It's just you're not playing as the main character. But you are playing as an important character. And it does play very similarly. It's not... I would say it's closer to being... This game, so far, seems closer to being a sequel to Hollow Knight than Deltarune seems to being a sequel to Undertale. Both gameplay-wise and story-wise. I mean, I guess gameplay-wise, Deltarune, it's just like the fact that you have the other guys, mostly. But that is a big difference maker. That would have been completely ridiculous if I could hit that through the wall. Oh! How many years has this game been in development, by the way? Sorry. What am I doing? Here we go. Also, I appreciate the people in Suburbia's Main Street, trying to get the moderator's attention for me upon realizing that I just don't have a channel ping, despite having a channel. That is a little bit strange. I mean, it's not like they owe me anything. It's just a little funny. Whoa! Pashanka. Edges sharpened, senses keen. In my land, that is the way warriors greet each other. For though you are a child barely hatched, you are also a warrior. Your stance, your weapon, your movements all proclaim it. All proclaim it so. You have keen sight for my skill, Bug, but my childhood is long since past. What has happened to you? I see signs of battle all around. I assume that they... I guess they assumed I was a child because, like, I'm short or something? I don't freaking know. Keep your weapon drawn in your... Okay. My weapon goes from being... What would that be? Sheathed? I guess it's not really sheathed either, but it's, you know, it's put behind me. It goes from being not drawn to drawn in a single frame. I think I'll be fine. Oh, I can afford none of this. Child wielding needle. Or child... I feel like that was phrased wrong, because that's definitely what she said. Like, I know what she meant. Like, a child that is wielding a needle. But that's, like... not how you would say it. What is my man doing? Pal, are you okay? There's a spider around here. Hey. I don't like spiders. Well, except for when they kill mosquitoes. Freaking hate those things. Spiders and I have a common enemy. So it's like... You know, I'm willing to make alliances. But if a spider makes a web right in front of my door. He's not going to have a web much longer. They can make those in like a day. Probably. I think they actually can, but I think there's a limit on how much they can make. Like how much each spider can make. I mean, they don't live for that long, so yeah, I don't really know. I don't know why I'm still talking about spiders. This game doesn't really have a lot of those, because those aren't even bugs, they're arachnids, which are very different. I mean, size-wise, they have a lot in common. Actually, not even. Like, I'd say the average arachnid is significantly larger than the average bug. What's the largest bug you've ever seen? And think about, like, arachnids. They're, like, probably a lot bigger than that. Aren't scorpions like arachnids? Or is that a different thing? I know lobsters are crustaceans, but I think scorpions might be arachnids. Because arachnids is not just another word for spiders. Spiders are within a category called arachnids, which is an invertebrate. I think it's some other... Not a gastropod, that's not right. Actually, no, gastropod... Which one's arthropod? Is that bugs? I forget. Someone remind me things about invertebrate animals. Which one? What's an arthropod? Gastropods, I believe, includes like. No, wait, no. I almost just confused gastropods for cephalopods. I think gastropods would be like slugs. Cephalopods would include... Oh, wait. I think gastropods and cephalopods are both a category of mollusk. Which is another category of invertebrate. And I don't... I think arthropod would be arachnids then. Or arachnids would be arthropods. That sounds right. Hi PCAP, hi 12 times 12 times 12. How are both of you? By the way, this is the first time I've streamed since I hit 1K. I feel like I should mention that. Thank you all for being subscribed, if you are. I'm so bad at this kind of thing. It is genuinely really cool that I made it there. I just don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Spiderweb. Ooh. I got this. No, I don't. I can heal in midair. Also, this is giving me infinite soul. I don't think I can break through this, guys. I'm starting to think... Okay, no, I don't know what they're doing. Oh! Alright, that was mean. Alright, what are these guys doing? These little goobers. I have a lot more of those red things now. That's good. I need the dash. Why did that just flashbang me with like a 2-year-old moment from the Celeste series where I was like, I need the dash to get back up. That's something I said. I just rickrolled the Main Street Discord and spam. Is there a channel for that? Yep, and I use the server all the time. That was not me trying to disrespect the server, it's just, I will admit, I don't actually use it that often. There's an update for PvZ2 Reflourished. How large of one? Wait, did they add the second thingamabob? Second half? Because if so, that's awesome. Daughters of a distant land, we who remain have waited long. Bind our strength to yours, reclaim the future of our haunted kingdom. All the world's kingdom are mine to keep. Straight up binding it. Bound the silk skill. Silk spear. I like Shakespeare. This seems familiar. Is this what I think it is? Okay, that is very similar to the fireball attack thing from Hollow Knight. It's not the exact same. I know there was like a quick button for moves like that. I just don't know. Might not be a thing in this game because it seems like it doesn't all share the same price anymore. Yeah, why is F the key? This is a weird layout. I guess that's skill. I'll figure it out. I'm not sure how I feel about F, but I feel like I want to know what the other buttons do before I change the controls. Wait a minute, does this do what I think it does? It does. Does it still respawn? It doesn't. Hey! Ooh. Whoa. Thank you. There's a spam section, it popped up as an idea, man, I couldn't resist recalling them. But a lot of change in the travel log world, also 3 new endless modes. Oh, that's cool, actually. What do you mean 3 new endless modes? How, huh? Okay, I was just making sure that works. Did I already read this? I might have. Song? Like Silk Song? I definitely... Yeah, it was already here. Yep. I don't know why I didn't wait to, like, have more soul before I hit that. Bind, whatever you want me to call it. Binding of Silk Song. Yep, and that's... Alright, so you're either friend or foe. Which one are you? You're friend. Okay. Who is it, Tenant Intruder? Terrible to interrupt a humble druid as they work. I mean no intrusion, druid. The sound of your laughter drew me to investigate. This settlement is... do you know of them? Do they inhabit this land still? What settlement? What weavers? You speak nonsense. You're here in here, so why did you send you, Did you hear my wish? Granter of wishes, you? Granter of wishes? Wishes, yes, my wish. I need fruits of the world. 3 little darlings, I need them, so I wish. Does the kingdom not send you, little you, to grant my desire? Sure, why not, I guess. Oh, is this a side quest? I don't like this soda. It's just not a good idea for a soda flavor. It's like... supposed to taste like an ice cream sundae. Like with sprinkles. Like it doesn't actually have sprinkles. But it just tastes weird. It's like... I just realized the absurdity of having your flavor of drink be based off a dairy product. Because, like, since it's a soda, it doesn't actually have dairy. So, like, what am I even drinking? What part of this is even remotely like an ice cream sundae? This is just dumb. I don't like it. This is my first time trying it, by the way. I was, like, having it earlier, and I just remembered why I haven't finished it yet. This has nothing to do with the game. Oh, nice. The Assault Airspace, that's awesome. Oh, Meteor Flower, that's cool. I should probably play that mod again. I still need to work on the rest of the Altverse series. I'm sorry that's been so slow. I've just been so busy, I mean lazy. I guess I am a little busy. I actually am busy tomorrow, so maybe not tomorrow. I'll probably do it more. The next episode, maybe next 2 episodes, I'm not sure, have both already been recorded. To be completely honest, I think the 3rd episode was probably, like, the least good episode of the 3, but... I wasn't really sure if I would be able to make, like, that series that great to begin with, but you know what? It's getting more views than, like, the Mario and Luigi series was by a very large amount. So I'm not, like, upset by it. In fact, the first episode did really well. But that's because it was promoted in the Altverse server. And, believe it or not, I'm pretty sure that promotion did, like, more than the promotions that I got for the PvZ2 collab video. Which is crazy, because that one was, like, several different people that are very popular among the community. And then the Altverse video was, like, the promotion of the Altverse server and just the Altverse server. And that was, like, more. Which, to be fair, there's reasons for that. It's because, you know, it was early access, it had that benefit. Actually, I do want to talk to you. I need a map. That's what I need. I'm, like, terrible at... Because I'm, like, talking. I can't keep going... I can't keep... Hang on. Oh, I can just, like, add stuff to the map without having to talk to a person now? Well, I should probably, like, buy the maps first. Oh, wait, no, I misinterpreted what the quill does. Okay. I know what the map does. I say probably bench pins. Travel log world? Sure. Yep, that's a thing. But yeah, I'm glad the Altverse videos have been doing relatively well, especially the first 2. So you're the cause of all the trouble. Ah, I think I made him angry. Oh! Oh, see, this is where the game is, like, actually feeling designed around the new movement mechanics. Because I'm definitely supposed to do that. Yeah, it's a lot harder to hit him with a regular needle attack, isn't it? I could also... Oh, shoot, that's my bad. Why can't I... Oh my gosh, I don't even have enough soul to heal. What is this? I'm gonna die. There we go. Bells. Jesus, that's loud. I get that that's like their whole thing, but wow. Okay, this guy's rude. I'm sure he doesn't have that much health. Gosh darn it. That did 2 damage, by the way. I don't know why we're already dealing with 2 damage per hit. This guy's actually surprisingly hard to, like, land attacks on for being a first boss. I guess second one, technically. Okay. Sonic fight. I did not see the telegraph, the indicator. Yeah, I know, it's just fun. Will you ever play Super Metroid? I've played it before, I never got around to beating it. I might try it again at some point. It's probably a great game. I played Metroid Dread, that game is fantastic. I like played through the whole thing, it's fantastic. I've been thinking about getting back to it and playing it on the harder difficulties. That game is so good. I'd say... What is this? Oh, that's just me and my little cocoon. Okay. Right, the little soul mechanic. Oh, that's nice that it puts me back here, actually. Dang it. Was I doing something wrong? Did I forget how to do something? No. I guess I can land more hits there. I'm a little slow. Like, my move speed is very slow in this game, I've noticed. Okay, this attempt is going a lot better. Obviously. I also kind of had an advantage this time around, because, like, the fight just started out without me having to waste an attack. Oh wait, I don't have enough to do the thing. Oh! Nope. Dang it. I don't know how much more damage that does than a regular attack, but it probably is actually quite strong. Dang it. Alright, pal. Oh, come on. I nearly no-hit. Wait, is he not dead? Okay, he is dead. I nearly no-hit that. Wait, no I didn't. I took damage at the start and then healed it. Never mind. I almost full healthed that. How about that? Super Metroid is my favorite Metroidvania of all time. I have heard that a lot of people like it. I find it hard to believe that it aged that well to where some people still think it's the best one. But at the same time, it's like, it is a good game. Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong for it being your favorite, or, like, being one of the, or people think it's one of the best. I'm saying it's surprising. Because I feel like it has to be a really impressive game for it to still be looked back on to that degree. I feel like I've seen more people say that Super Metroid is their favorite Metroidvania than I have seen people say that something like, you know, Super Mario World is their favorite Mario game or something. That's actually not true. It's pretty comparable, and Mario is like a much less niche thing, I guess, than Metroid. And I wouldn't even say Metroid's that niche, but you know what I mean. Also, what just happened? Am I in a cocoon, or am I just like trapped in a spider web? I guess it's silk. I'm so smart. Wait, what is spider web made of? mean, I'm a hornet, but I don't have a sting. Although, I don't think every hornet does. Although, I think female ones would. Or is that only bees? I'm thinking of bees, but I just kind of assume it's similar, but it probably isn't that similar. Also, yeah, hornets are a type of wasp. Which I know sounds weird. But they definitely are. I consumed a silk heart. Okay. Speedrun tricks, and I like to go fast. Some old games are just genuinely super fun to speedrun. Super Mario World, I think, is a pretty good example, actually. Actually, Super Mario World would be, like, an awesome game to speedrun. Normally, like, without, you know, doing that one glitch that makes you skip through the whole game. But I will say... Is this what I think it is? He's a helper now. Okay. I understand it now. I thought that was what the challenge button was for, was to challenge him. It's another Nintendo fan here. You can tell by my ability to buy merchandise. Man, I wasn't just trying to... this freaking... We're talking about the old ones. It's like... Alright, pal. Anyway. What was I saying? Super Mario World seems like it would be a really cool game to speedrun. Except it has auto-scrolling levels. Which means that I feel like it's only that cool if you, like, do all the world skip stuff. Which, to be fair, that's still cool to do. But I also think that, like... Super Mario World has the cape. Which is just absurdly good. What do you call it? The feather? The super cape? It's... That thing lets you, like, fly over most levels. Well, not most levels, but, like, most ground levels. And it's very funny to me. Like, that item feels like cheating, but only once you learn how to use it. Which I imagine that most people, when they were a kid or whatever, probably didn't figure it out. Because it's a very unintuitive power-up. Like, it's extremely unintuitive. You, like, you know, there's the first part that's kind of like Super Mario Bros. 3, where you run, and then you hold the jump button, or keep holding the run button after jumping, something like that. And then you start just flying sky high. Way faster than you do in Mario Bros. 3. In this one, you just super jump. And then, the unintuitive part is that if you press... I guess it can be down and up, or forward and left, or I guess not forward and left, it would be forward and back. It depends on which direction you're facing. But if, but it's like, you know, you hit the, a back button, and then you do this, like, little hover thing, but if you hold it forward, then you start, like, going straight down. It controls almost like a cartoony airplane. But if you time it right, you, like, end up with insane distance. You can either go, like, up and down, like, go super far down and then super far up, or you can just go in a nearly perfectly straight line. Not perfectly straight, but, like, you can go surprisingly, like, straight, and it just ends up skipping certain levels. I once did a thing, you know, there's that one level that people have mentioned is, like, super hard. Where... hang on, let me help with this guy. What is this? There's that one level where you're supposed to use, like, a power-up that turns Mario into a balloon. And you just start flying through the level, but there's a ton of projectiles, and they're really annoying and hard to avoid sometimes. I once beat that level without using that power-up, because I just used the cape, and it was actually difficult. Because when you get hit by something while using the flying thing with the cape, it will usually put you in, like, the spinning animation, which basically is a death sentence in that situation. But it was, like, genuinely fun to try repeatedly to see if I can beat the level without with a pea balloon. I was having, like, a lot of fun. And eventually I did it. It was like, that's cool. I'm pretty sure Ray from Sonic Mania, like the DLC character, I'm pretty sure his controls, they might be inspired by Mario World, because it is almost the exact same mechanic. The biggest difference is that I can't, like, do a ground pound or a spin attack, but that's because that just doesn't make sense for a Sonic game. Especially since that would make Ray incredibly overpowered. But, like, the physics of the flight, it is so absurdly similar to the way Mario World's cape works. It's, like, almost one for one. Oh, you're referencing Scott the Woz bit? Oh, that makes more sense. My favorite trick in Super Metroid is the Mach Ball. You can trick the game into letting you sprint in a Morph Ball, which allows you to get Ice Beam and Super Missile early. Oh, that's cool. Cape Feather. Yeah, the first Metroid is not great. Like, it's iconic. But it's not great. Yeah, Ray is basically just, like, ripping off the Cape Feather. But it translates so well into Sonic Mania. For me, like, Ray is one of the most fun characters to play in that game. So I have no issue with the fact that they just took that. Because it's awesome. Ray is like if Tails was actually a fun and rewarding character, as opposed to, like, feeling like cheating despite not actually being the best one. I mean, I guess in certain situations he basically is, but, like, I'm not saying that Ray is necessarily, like, the better character if you look at it balance-wise, but I feel like to call it look at it balance-wise in a single-player platformer is a little weird. I think that in terms of, like, fun and, like, enjoyment, Ray just does what Tails does better for me. Even though there's very little, like, actual practical use of using Ray over Tails. Because Tails does just tend to get you to places easier. But the fact that I have to actually do something for Ray, and it's faster when I do it as Ray, just makes it more fun. Ray is so fun. Sonic Mania's DLC is overhated as hell, in my opinion. I don't know why so many people hate on the Encore mode. I mean, it's not really hated on, because it's only $5. No one hates on the DLC. A lot of people give compliments to the characters, I guess. And it's like I just said, it's only $5 for like a $20, $25 game. That's already a great game and pays great respects to the old Sonic games. Probably better than any other attempt to pay good respects to the old Sonic games. Like, official attempt to pay respect, I mean. But, like, I don't know why people seem to dislike the Encore mode so much. Like, it's not, like, incredible. And I do think the levels probably could have been changed just marginally more. Like, I kind of like the fact that they do these tiny little changes here and there. And, like, but a lot of people complain that it's like, oh, only the tiny little changes, why aren't there more? And it's like, yeah, it would have been nice if there were more changes, but, like, unironically, the way the live system works and, like, the character system works is already fun enough to where I don't really, like, it doesn't ruin it for me at all. I think the biggest issue with the Encore mode is the fact that they made it to where, even if you get all the Chaos Emeralds, you don't... Ooh, nice. You don't, like, get to do the secret final fight because I guess the devs just didn't have the time or couldn't be bothered to program that with how the Encore mode works, which is just lame. You can't do the secret final boss fight in Encore mode. I like, remember spending a long time getting all the Chaos Emeralds, and then doing the final level and being genuinely disappointed, because it just played, like, the cutscene instead. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Sonic Mania's finale is unironically probably the weakest part of the game compared to the previous Sonic games. I honestly think Sonic 3 and Knuckles genuinely does a lot of things, like certain things, better than Sonic Mania. I think Sonic Mania is still the better game overall. I guess a lot of it just comes from the fact that 3 and Knuckles has more quantity. I don't know what on earth I'm doing right now. I'm just rambling while playing a video game. Which is, that is, like, the whole thing. I definitely was just here. Yeah. What was I saying? Like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I think the plot is a little bit... I guess they both have kind of, like... I don't know, I find Sonic... Maybe it's just because of the age that makes certain things feel more impressive and cool to me, but, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles probably has the best plot out of all of the classic-style Sonic games. Despite all of... And, like, this is said with all of them being, like, no words given. It's just these, like, simple little pixely cutscenes in engine. But it's simple but effective. And I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles does it really well with how there's the whole... I mean, like, obviously there's the reoccurring Knuckles cases where eventually he gets betrayed. But then there's also, like, oh, the Master Emerald actually being used for stuff. And then you actually using it. And there's also the part midway through the game where Eggman's Death Egg, like, crashes into the planet. Into Mushroom Hill. Not Mushroom Hill, sorry. Where does it crash? It crashes somewhere. I guess Lava Reef. That's cool. I kind of wish Sonic Mania did something as cool with that, because I feel like it had the opportunity to, with the existence of a giant Titanic Monarch and all of the Robo dudes that I forgot the name of already. Hard-boiled heavies, that's it. And also, you know, they brought back Metal Sonic, and then they made it to where he only shows up for the one level. Which, to be fair, that's probably, like, the coolest boss fight in the game. Including the final boss, unfortunately, but... like, that's not an insult to Metal Sonic, that's an insult to the final boss. But, like, Metal Sonic is awesome. But I also do think that, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles just straight up has a cooler final boss. Specifically Sonic and Knuckles. I think you can make the argument of, like, oh, it's two separate games combined into one, so it's like an unfair advantage. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But it also came out in the 90s. And they did, like, make official ways to combine them. Which I streamed. That was my first series that I ever streamed on this channel, by the way. That was my first streaming series, was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it was great. I only had, like, 1, maybe 2 viewers for most of it. It was Bacon Pug, I remember that. He was an OG of the streaming side of this channel, at least. I don't think this channel has a single, like, person that was, like, an OG of what the channel originally was, and that's because what the channel originally was sucks. So, you know. I am still just rambling. Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is great. Hang on. Second Metroid is great. Third Metroid, aka Super Metroid, is godlike. I will say I love Super Metroid Dread, but it's not as good as Super. New special stage is harder, therefore can't choose Encore with Super Form so easily. That's, like, not a bad thing at all. They're kind of supposed to be like that. The special ring locations are not an inconvenience to me at all, because straight up, you know what you can do? After you beat the game, you could just revisit the same level over and over and keep going to the rings, which you could argue is stupid. But also, if you, like, dislike the way it works, you can just do that. And I am not kidding. There is a ring in Act 1 of Flying Battery where if you start out as Ray, or, like, Tails, you can get to it in, like, 10 or 15 seconds. Like, after starting the level. Like, that's how quickly it is, and that's how quickly you can access it. That's how close it is to the start of the level. Ruined Chapel. I'm actually freaking stupid. I just called that Chapel. Okay. I like Sonic 3 and Knuckles better than Mania. I think in terms of like which one's objectively the better game, I actually can't really decide. I kind of prefer Mania personally, partially out of like nostalgia, which I know to some people it might be weird to say that Mania is a nostalgic game for me, but unironically it is one of my most nostalgic games. Like, it is top tier nostalgia. For me, personally. I definitely still have some nostalgia for 3 Knuckles, though. I'm not going to overshadow that. I think Mania also it is a lot better visually, but that's a given. What was I saying? Mania's final boss is, like, genuinely disappointing for how great the game is. Like, I don't understand what they were cooking up. I think that, like, first time through, the super thing is kind of cool. Just because, you know, it's the supersonic fights. You're pressing buttons and stuff's happening. It's kind of cool. And then, like, after that, it's like, you know, it's still, like, kind of neat in the sense of, like, you feel powerful and whatnot. And I'll give it that. And to be honest, I actually used to really like it. And then I did the Sonic 3 and Knuckles final one, and it was, like, actually, you still felt, like, powerful. But it was also, like, a genuinely challenging fight. And it also was, like, way cooler. And, like, the stuff happening was cooler. I think Sonic 3 and Knuckles is fine. Or, not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic Mania is fine. Where am I going? 3 and Knuckles' final fight. Dang it, I did it again. Mania's final fight, it, like, had potential, because I thought, like, thematically, it was actually probably one of the cooler ones, because you're in this weird, like, Phantom Ruby state, and then, what's-his-face, Hard-Boiled Heavy betrays Eggman with that surprise to no one. And then Eggman tries to take it back, and it kind of just looks like he vaporized Eggman for a second, but he actually just teleported him away for some reason. And now it's kind of like a fight between all 3 of you, except you never really actually visibly see Hard-Boiled Heavy fight Eggman. It's just like you hit one, and then it swaps the emerald. Here's a fun little fact. This is something that most of you probably, like, for people that have played Sonic Mania, I bet you didn't even know this, because it never happens. But the reason that Eggman's whole attack is that he just does knockback to you, and doesn't actually hurt you like Hard-Boiled Heavy does, is because the whole time, he's charging up an attack, and if you let him live for long enough, without, like, swapping phases, he actually will use it. But nobody ever does that. Nobody ever lets him stay around long enough to ever see him do the attack, and the attack is basically just him charging at you with, like, invincibility. And it actually does do damage. But you just never see it. And it's like, come on, man. This boss is, like, genuinely awesome in concept. I absolutely love the idea of you going back and forth between fighting them. I think the idea of you going back and forth for every hit is completely ridiculous. But I think the idea of going back and forth in general is awesome. I think the... There we go. I think, what's the name? I think Hard-Boiled Heavy himself isn't, like, that bad, but it's still, like, not that great. But it's also just, like, not as good as the 3 and Knuckles fight. Because it's, like, I think the 3 and Knuckles fight arguably does go on a little longer than it probably should. But it feels cool, so I can forgive it, and you also have, like, Hyperform Sonic, so I can forgive it. I'm not going to lie to you. I still have, like, the stream of that up. I spent way longer on that fight than I should have. I started using save states. Like, I kept dying. I don't know why. Like, for some... I think I might not have had rings for the first phase. So I had to lock in for that. But then after that, it gives you 50 rings. So it was just, like, a skill issue. But that was, like, a fun fight. I just don't see that with Mania that much. Mania's fight. It's not, like, a terrible fight. And it's not even considering the regular final fight. Like, I'm only talking about the super fights, but, like, yeah, Doomsday. But, like, the actual regular final boss fights, in that case, it's, like, I'd say that's, at least, like, with Mania's final boss, it's another case of Mania's final boss having an awesome concept with not great execution. Because Sorry, I'll answer chat in a sec. I'm just, like, very focused on what I'm rambling about. Mania's final boss does this really cool thing where Eggman will every now and then force you to teleport to a, whatchamacallit, to a random hard-boiled heavy mini-boss thing. First of all, I think the way these hard-boiled heavy mini-boss things were done was a little lame, because they don't even make it, they make it where you don't have to beat them. In fact, it's hard to beat them. You can beat them, which is another thing that I think a lot of people don't know. You actually can beat them during this. It's just that you never have to, because you don't spend enough time there. And you can just kill Eggman instead, like, fast enough. Oftentimes you can win the fight without even having to see the fourth hard-boiled heavy. Although, to be fair, that's like when you go really fast. But it's like, you know, I think this idea is really cool. I think that the way the first two were, the first one, I guess the first two were done a little weird. I think the heavy gunner, it was very strange, because it's like, it's kind of just a lot, like, I feel like the first time you do it, you have no idea what on earth is going on, like, what missiles are it's doing what, and then but, like, upon replaying it several times, like I did, and watching other people play it, I'm like, wait a minute, one of those missiles can be reflected, like how it can be in the regular heavy gunner fight, which is, like, you know, at least in the heavy gunner fight, it makes sense, because it's just like the three missiles at once. Two of them look the same, one of them looks different. One of them can be reflected, the other two can't. This one, he's like sending a bunch of missiles at you at once. Like heavy artillery. Not just a bazooka. And one of them is reflectable. To be fair, the one that can be reflected is the most noticeable out of all of them. But it's still like, that's a little weird. I guess they probably didn't put much effort into that, because it's like, what's the point if you don't even actually have to fight back? And then there's the second one where it's a lot more obvious. It's just heavy shinobi. A dog. Hello, dog. Every now and then you can hit that's probably like the grubs of this game. Anyway, sometimes you can hit him when he's doing his attack, but a lot of the time you're just avoiding. It's a little slow for some reason. Then you got the heavy magician, where it does the little thing where you have to figure out which one he's in and which one is a laser beam attack with the, like, 3 cups and the gambling. It's gambling. Anyway. And then the fourth one, which is probably the coolest one, is where you're basically racing against Heavy Rider. And if you dodge attacks well enough and press certain buttons that are on the ground, then he gets hit. None of this is relevant. You can hit Heavy Magician, by the way. You just have to jump up to him, I think. Or maybe dodge his attacks and he gets hit automatically. I don't remember. None of this matters. You don't actually have to beat him. You can, after hitting them enough. They don't have as much health as they do in the regular fights, I think. But it literally doesn't matter. And it's like, why? Why would you make it to where I'm sent here and then sent back in like 10 seconds? You could have done like the coolest boss rush in all of classic Sonic. Right here. Where they all had their own unique fight. Because they set up the format for all of them to have their own unique fight. But no, make it to where Eggman doesn't even like grab you frequently enough. And also make it to where for some reason him grabbing you is like incredibly slow. Like you can't avoid it or anything. But it's very slow when he does that. It feels like you could avoid it, but you can't, because it goes very slow, which is very unsatisfying to me. That's a lot more nitpicky. So anyway, yeah, this is me ranting about Sonic Mania's final boss, which, by the way, I love Sonic Mania. This is just, like, one of those things where after playing the game for so long and thinking about it for so long, like a hyperfixation, it's just, you notice flaws like these. But, like, let's look at Sonic 3 and Knuckles' final boss. Giant freaking robot with laser beam. Yeah, sure, he doesn't have, like, that many attacks, although, to be fair, neither does Sonic Mania's, if you don't include the hard-boiled heavies, which I feel like would be unfair if you don't, but, you know, I've already discussed the flaws with that. But, like, even with it not having that many attacks, well, first of all, there's kind of 2 phases to it, even without having the super version of it. But, like, a giant robot. Why, like, Sonic Mania's final boss makes Eggman look goofy. Like, goofier than he already does, which is weird, because, like, that fight takes place in what looks like a giant robot. Said giant robot is never used. Why? I feel like Sonic Mania had a lot of potential that wasn't fully utilized, but, 3 and Knuckles had a lot of potential that was utilized, is what I think. There also, like, isn't as much, like, mid-game plot stuff happening that I think is cool to look at. Like how there is in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where there'll be the... I mean, there's tons of cutscenes with Knuckles, obviously. That's, like, the most obvious one. But I think that also, you know, having the Hyper Emeralds is cool. The Hyper Emeralds didn't need to come back. I think they kind of retconned those out of existence. I don't think they were a necessity. I think if they did bring Hyper Emeralds back, I would say put them in Encore mode, and then make them exclusive to Encore mode. Because Encore mode's whole thing is that it is kind of a repeat. Like, even in-universe, I'm pretty sure. And it's sort of like an alternate reality. I'm not really sure what Encore mode is supposed to be, canonically speaking. I think that them, like, bringing you to Angel Island is really cool, but the fact that they made it to where it's like... Like, they almost bait you. It's like, oh, look at that, it's a new area, Angel Island. Just kidding, that's the last time you'll see something like this cool. Like, what the frick's wrong with you? Actually, that's not true. Mirage Saloon Act 1. But they only did that because they had to. Because they couldn't make it the Knuckles one. Because that would be lame. And they couldn't make it the Sonic and Tails one for obvious reasons. And also, if they made it the Knuckles one, then it would be basically undoable without the right characters. Which is, they wanted to make it to where it's playable with every character. Also, I do think the Encore mode gimmick is really cool. I love the way it works. I like that... I don't know, some people don't like it. Some people would have rather that they can just pick any character at any time. I think that would have made it, like, too easy and pointless and would have kind of just felt like cheating. I think them making it to where you use the little boxes to swap, or, you know, lose a life, is really cool. I think them making it to where the characters act as lives is cool, as well as making it kind of like a hard mode. Hang on, I want to read chat now. I did not read in a while. Flying Battery, which has a godlike song. Okay, well, both games have that. Both games have banger soundtracks, let's be real. Hang on, wasn't there a question about this? Yeah, they both have godlike songs. They both have Flying Battery. I would argue that in terms of music, I actually kind of prefer Mania's. Because I think it mixes genres so well. I don't know if that's really a genre mix. It's more like just modernizing a genre. I don't know. It's really good. Crashes in lava, what? You would like to watch me play Super Metroid on stream? I don't know, maybe. Favorite Sonic Zone theme? What's this emote for? Well, that's me. Yeah, I think I just didn't know what I was doing in Doomsday. I think I didn't realize that there was a button that made me go faster. Favorite Sonic Zone theme? It's probably one from Mania. Flying Battery Act 1 and 2 are both great. Studiopolis Act 2, which I know some people would be surprised to hear that it would be Act 2 and not Act 1. But, like, straight up, Act 1 has, like, the iconic lights, camera, action and whatnot, and I absolutely love that. But Act 2 has, like, this one bit that I love so much. I would love to play it. I really should just set up a stream playlist. I would include that one. I made a video on Sonic Mania like a year ago. That was a decent video. I should replay Sonic Mania on stream, but just do Encore mode. Just because I don't want to have to I don't want to video edit using the old footage of the Sonic Mania stream, because that's like a year-old footage, and I would probably not enjoy doing that. Although, to be fair, that first Sonic Mania video is unironically, at the time of me uploading the first Sonic Mania video, I thought that was one of my best videos. It really was. It was arguably my best made video. I don't know if I would say that now. I think that a lot of what I think there's a lot of aspects of it I would probably do differently. But overall, I think that in terms of especially what I was, like, trying to do at the time, I think it was, like, one of my best ones. It was one of the few videos, it was one of my first videos where there would just every now and then be an edit where I put in way more effort than I should have. Which I still do every now and then. I still think it's absurd that my last PvZ Altverse video, PvZ2 Altverse, did literally get delayed by, like, over a day, because I wanted to know, I wanted to make that stupid music bit at the end. That wasn't even, like, funny or anything or impressive, it's just, it took me more time to make than I thought it would. It's not like I spent hours and hours on it, it was more just like, you know, I only had so much time to video edit each day. So that's what I ended up doing. But it's like, certain stuff like that. Because in Sonic Mania, there was this one part near the start of the video. I still remember this one. Where there was like this one bit where I edited in an image that was like, Green Hill Zone Act 1 is, or Green Hill Zone is no longer my best friend. Green Hill Zone, but like the Encore mode design is my new best friend or whatever. Except that was not, like, an existing image, so I edited it myself. And I didn't just edit it with, like, text. I, like, went around looking for the most fitting images, which was surprisingly difficult for some reason, to find images that I felt were the most fitting. But, like, I am terrible at making images for some reason. I think I ended up making it in DaVinci. Like, I made it in my video editor. And then, like, exported that. Wait, why would I export that? Couldn't I have just used a screenshot? I don't know what I did. I'm dead. I was not paying enough attention. And it's like, you know, that's not like an absurdly difficult thing to do. But what you need to understand is that that is quite a difficult thing to, like, relative to a 3 or 5 second long edit for a 20-minute long video, that's kind of absurd. How much time I spend just, like, making an entire meme off of, because, like, I had to change so much text in that. I had to, like, make sure all the text was right so that it covered up the original version of the text in the meme format so that it doesn't, like, overlap. I had to, like, make all the images crushed in a weird way. I don't know how to put it. And it's like, okay, the more I'm explaining it, the more I realize that if I tried to do that now, it would have definitely gone by a lot faster. Because I think I've gotten better at that sort of thing. But I think that's part of the fact that I even was willing to do that for a few seconds long edit in a 20+ minute long video is part of the reason that is just one of a video that I'm kind of proud of. As well as the fact that I do just genuinely think it's one of the most enjoyable videos I've made at the time, especially in terms of ones that weren't collabs. I would say that's arguably better than my Altverse videos. Although that might just be bad memory that's, like, telling me that it's better than it actually is. Hang on. Fought bosses from the OG trilogy. I mean, you do fight, like, some rehash fights in the main game when the hands grab you. I think that, like, hard bullet heavies being more involved wasn't a bad idea. I just think it was executed poorly. No Sonic game has a bad OST. Okay. Sonic Chronicles barely counts. But yeah. Also, in terms of it being a fan game, that depends on what counts as a game being a fan game to you. Because I think it's like... Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that, like, it was officially published, first of all. And it's not like some, like, people that were just fans, like, made the game, and then, like, they presented the whole game to, like, to Sega, and they were like, oh, that's cool, we're gonna, let's have an agreement and sell it. I'm pretty sure it's, like, people that worked for Sega but probably were fans of Sonic before then as well or something. That's kind of just a guess. But it sounds a lot more right than just, it's a fan game, because it definitely isn't just a fan game. That's just not true. How on earth do I dodge that, sir? I tried to heal. I don't know how much longer I'll be streaming. How long have I been streaming? It's only been an hour and a half. I think after this fight I might call it. Or at least after I'm done with my Sonic ramble. But anyway, that's my reasoning for being willing to do a sequel to the Sonic Mania video. But, like, I don't know if I want to use the old footage. Although, that old footage, if I remember correctly, wasn't bad. Because I think, if I remember correctly... Yeah, I think Deggy was in the stream, because it was a stream VOD. I think part of it, I guess it is worth pointing out that this was before I started recording my audio into separate tracks. So it's just harder to edit the audio with that and make it sound good. I know Deggy was in the stream chat. I know that during, for some reason I specifically remember that during... What was it called? The metal area, the stupid freaking... The one where Eggman raps in the background of the music. It's like the second to last world. But I still remember there being like 1 or 2 people in chat that were being so rude and annoying that I had to time them out. And, like, this very rarely happens. It very rarely happened then, and it very rarely happens now. There was more people watching that than there were people watching, like, my average streams. And this was before I was streaming on Twitch, too. I am weirdly nostalgic for some of my older streams, specifically the good ones. Not most of them. The vast majority of my streams, I honestly... Like, the vast majority of my own streams, I don't find that memorable anymore. But a lot of my older ones I do. Like the A Hat in Time ones and the Sonic ones. And that Sonic Mania one, for some reason, I find somewhat memorable. I don't remember the name of the person that I had to time out. I mean, I'm not going to say it anyway, because they don't, like, I don't want to give them attention for it. They weren't... I would like to point out, it's not even like it's not like it was a bot or a troll, it was just someone that genuinely didn't seem to understand that they were being annoying, and that I didn't like them. So it's like the worst kind. That's... Gamer King, no, this is an easy game. Okay. Metallic Madness, that's it. Sonic 4, okay. I think that with how short that game is, I can make the case that it only having like 4 good tracks is still a decent selection overall. Especially since one of those songs is genuinely quite good. Like, I'm not saying that Fist Bump is like one of the best ones, but it's pretty solid. Like one of the best Sonic ones. Actually, no, that's pretty high up there. I honestly think All of Me from Shadow the Hedgehog is one of my favorites. Which is very weird. I feel like silly for listening to it. Not because of the fact that it's Shadow the Hedgehog or anything, but because it's like I feel like I wouldn't care for the song if it wasn't Shadow the Hedgehog. Which is silly because the song itself doesn't really feel that attached to Shadow. Like, at all. Like, I mean, like, I guess, like, the mood makes sense for him. It does. It makes a lot of sense. But it's like, the song could be about anyone who's upset and angry and loud. Not just Shadow. So I feel a little bit silly for how much I genuinely like the song, because I never listened to anything else from that genre. And maybe I would like it, but it's just, man, All of Me is unironically a good song, and I just haven't bothered listening to anything else that might sound even remotely similar. Because why bother? Dude, I actually... Am I supposed to, like, come back later? Or is this game just, like, way harder than the previous game? And I just, like, didn't know what I was getting. I have a freaking... I'm going to die. Whoa. Dude, I can't even heal. What the... What do I do about that, man? What else is there? I don't actually know a whole lot about a lot of the other Sonic game soundtracks, to be completely honest. I know that Forces has the, whatchamacallit? I mean, there's the theme of that one guy. Infinite, that's it. I, like, don't care about that character at all. There's... What's the other one? Different game. I believe it's... There's like the one fight that's a reference to Sonic Generations as well as Sonic 1. No, wait, that Sonic Generations one is also a reference. No, that's the Egg Dragoon from Unleashed, I think? Which is probably one of the cooler designs in terms of Eggman stuff. Get a load of this! That's the one. It's actually crazy how much this game does feel like I'm playing Hollow Knight, but also like feels different enough. I don't know. It's a good game so far. Should I be worried about that? I like hadn't yet tested if that did damage, so you know, now I know. Dude, healing is so much harder to do in this game. It's actually crazy. Huh. Give me a sec. His character boys tend to get my ass kicked. Now I'm angry. Good night, Lydia. Didn't even freaking know what I was doing. Such waste potential. Really interesting considering how cool the design it and what they could have done with Force's story. Instead, his character boils down to I'm angry. Yeah, that's what it seems like. Okay, has anyone here, and please tell me that you have, but there's the Bowser versus Eggman versus the stupid Ultimate Death Battle? What the frick is it called? Is it just called Death Battle? It's been a while since I watched that video, but I do remember watching it, and it was genuinely like a great video. Super well animated, very clearly a high budget project, super nerdy. I actually forgot where I was going with that, other than, you know, Eggman using a bunch of cool Eggman stuff against Bowser using a bunch of cool Bowser stuff. Oh, now I remember. We were talking about Infinite. There was this one part, it was actually pretty early on, where Infinite shows up, because this whole thing is like, it's Bowser versus Eggman, and it includes their minions. They both have all their minions. And Infinite shows up, does a little Phantom Ruby trick where he makes the gravity stronger. it, like, you know, Bowser is durable enough to where he was able to withstand it, and also Bowser does canonically wield magic, so they used that in this animation because they kind of did a thing where it's like, oh yeah, you know, Nintendo never uses this previously established abilities in Mario characters, like how Bowser can canonically, like, conjure lightning. But, we're going to use that for this, because that's way cooler. Wish it was. And also, you know, he was raised by Kamek, so it actually does make sense. But he was able to withstand it because he's really strong, and he also used some magic to try to save some of his minions from dying. But, you know, that little gravity trick, it was strong enough to where it actually was just instantly killing some enemies. Like, I think that's how King Babam died, if I remember correctly. King Goomba, or whatever his name is. The big one. But King Boo, just like being King Boo, a ghost, completely immune to the concept of gravity. He was just like, he did his classic King Boo laugh, then looked at him, used a magic spell to conjure a thwomp above him, and since he was using a high gravity spell, it just instantly murders him, and he never comes back from this. And I find that hilarious, because, like, almost immediately after this, we see, like, some insane amounts of action from, like, other characters, like Metal Sonic. But Infinite just gets, like, he does a bunch of damage, dies instantly, and it's early on in the video, and it's hilarious to me. And I think that what's even funnier is that some people in the comments were like, man, Infinite had so much wasted potential in this. I really wish we got to see more of it. And it's like, well, first of all, the way he dies does make sense. That if he can spawn a thwomp above him, he would do that. That's the smart thing to do. And second, Metal Sonic ended up being way cooler than whatever Infinite was going to do. Let's be real. I genuinely don't know what to do about that attack. Okay, I'm doing a lot better this attempt. I missed anything. Mario Party items, which I believe aren't canon. I mean, I think if you're taking it, like, super seriously, yeah, probably, but also, like... They used one item. They used the chance time, which was the funniest thing ever, by the way. It was good, but they did Eggman dirty. Okay, he lost? To say that they did him dirty is just not true. They made him look cooler than the Sonic games do. And honestly, making Eggman kinda cool sometimes is one of the few things that I feel like Sonic games can pretty consistently do right. Okay, not consistently. Metal does not just die to a random block. I don't think this is true. What does he die to? No, Metal gets the Phantom Ruby stolen because of chance time. I don't think he got killed by a block. Yeah, Bowser being characterized as, like... He's characterized as, like, a slightly... It's just like a... You know what he comes off as? He's still evil. Like, let's say you compare him to the Mario movie. He's still, like, evil, but he doesn't seem as angry, you know? Like, he seems more mature, but he's still, like, an evil, terrible, awful person that no one should ever want to be. What do I do? I don't have I think I'm supposed to unlock something first. I think I'm supposed to have the dash. There's no way I'm supposed to do that without the dash. Unless you want me to, like, do this fast, like, just react faster. I guess I should go retrieve my stuff and then just dip. Because in this game you actually do drop your stuff, but you can get it back. But that's why there was a cocoon there. In case anyone watching doesn't know that. I don't know how many people are watching. I think it's just Gamer King and... That is still Loppy. Okay, I thought it was Loppy Enthusiast, but since, again, it's hard to read the name, I had to, like, be sure. I was right. I think I'm supposed to go down here. There, yeah. Hang on a sec. Wait, how do I mute this thing? There we go. Oh, hey, the whole stream didn't leave yet. Let's freaking go. Yeah, Gamer King, when is Banjo stream? Like how Bowser is character. Oh, wait, I already read that. He's an evil king, but he still cares about his minion. Yeah, it's like Bowser in the Mario movie, but after, like, making peace with the fact that it's... no, he didn't make peace with it. That's... I'm pretty sure the animation literally opened up with them trying to do a wedding. He seemed less childish. That's the right word. He still was not mentally well. I know it sounds weird to call Bowser mentally, like, ill, but that is what he is, even if done in a cartoonish way. Yeah, I can try to raid you if you want. Okay, so that is completely different from how that works in Silksong, Hollow Knight. In Hollow Knight, you had to fight your own soul. Like, I don't know if it's just lore reasons that are the reason it's different in this one, but in this one, you just find a silk cocoon. Silksong. In Hollow Knight, you have to, like, hit your own soul 3 times, and your soul can fight back. I'm sorry. Since when's a little thievery with a lifelong sentence? Blah blah. No, wait, hang on. That actually, you know what? I agree. You know, I think you shouldn't do that, but it's not worth lifelong. You're worthy of redemption. I hope you didn't, like, secretly commit grand larceny or something. You didn't steal the pyramids or anything, did you? I don't know how to save him. Unless it's, literally just, like... Oh! That actually worked. Like, I mean, yeah, it's too much. Ooh, it's a nasty place to keep a poor little snitch bug like Grindel. You got some pockets on your cloak? And away some goodies for us to pilfer? Beware, you greed thief. You'll be dead before your claw reached my cloak. Never mind then, bully. Pretend plenty of tasties lying around for us down here. We smell some. Yeah, like, what's the point in trying to rob me when you live here? Alright, that's pretty cool. That's good. I can punch through that door, but... Oh, 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 oh! Oh, well, you're malicious. Why, you bum. Thank you. Where is it? Where is Omni? What? What? Why did I just lose money? A ranged attack? Hang on. A straight pin. No, that's the only thing. Okay. It's using up money to replenish it. Got it. Allows one to collect more shell shards from defeated monsters. I can unequip this. That's pretty funny. I don't know why I would ever do that. Silk hearts will automatically regenerate from silk. That's right, I'm supposed to, like, give things to people. There's side quests in this game now. I don't know if this is really what I want. Oh! What was I talking about before I abruptly left? Oh, yeah, that Sonic animation. Metal Sonic was actually really cool during that. That's all I really have to say. I don't know. I still remember him going Neo in immediately as an immediate response to the Phantom Ruby being chance timed. Which, by the way, upon Bowser getting the Ruby, the Phantom Ruby, they just destroy it immediately, so that they can't get it back. So then Metal Sonic just takes out the Master Emerald and it's like, oh yeah, dude. I might be actually confusing the... No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, if I remember correctly, that's like mostly it. I know at one point they turned the Death Egg robot into a giant question mark block. That one's a little bit BS. But also, like, you know, I will say that Bowser's army is, like, a lot stronger than what the games usually portrayed them as. But it's also, like, that was a matter of, this is stuff that they can canonically do, we just never see them actually do it kind of stuff. Eggman was a lot more like, this is stuff we have seen them do. Because Sonic games actually let their characters do. Like, giving credit where credit is due. I mean, this is really just a result of Mario being even more, like, cartoonishly silly than Sonic. And Sonic is cartoonishly silly. But Mario even more so. So it's literally just, like, character that uses cartoon silliness powers versus character that actually is canonically super genius, smart, powerful, whatever. Not smart, powerful. You know what I freaking mean. I could have sworn he went Neo immediately. He definitely did something. And I might be confusing Neo for a different form, but he definitely went like Super. Like his version of Super. I still remember him, like, nearly beating Bowser. No, yeah, Metal Sonic soloed Kamek, I think. Or at the very least, like, knocked Kamek out for a bit. And actually did, like, carry work. Like, Metal Sonic did most of that until they, like, laser beamed him to death. What am I hearing? Oh, hello. Do you have any maps? You do. Yeah, sure. I actually do really want the compass. Please tell me the compass is just like a permanent thing in this game, rather than... gosh darn it, I think I need a bench. Wait, what the frick? When equipped, the bear's location will be marked on the map. Miles 1 to collect more... Oh, I didn't actually equip this. Oh, I did equip it. No, I'm freaking losing it. Okay. I would not have been bothered if they just made it to where I could just always have the benefit of the compass, to be completely honest. Like, I get the fun in navigation, and while I do like navigation, I understand why it's an important part of Metroidvanias, I also do, just like for my own sake, it makes it to where I am required to, like, constantly pay attention, and that's just not something I tend to do when playing video games. It's part of what makes more common genre forms of side-scrollers so fun for me. I just sort of play and stuff happens. Unironically, that's like... You know what's actually ridiculous? Out of all of the YouTube series I've done, Celeste is still like the only series I've done on a 2D platformer. The closest to that I've done, or like any platformer really, and the closest to that I've done so far is the Sonic Mania thing, but that was only one video. And I feel like that barely counts. That was a stream VOD video, where I literally was just like, I liked this VOD so much that I made a video on it. That was it. I kind of wish I just did video editing more often, because I will frequently go like full days without video editing at all, like without even opening DaVinci. And I feel like I should work on that. Because I feel like I would just be a better content creator if I stopped being like that. Hi Liam, how are you? Liam Christ. This is not a fork. Simply not a fork. It's more like a claw. I don't have my rosaries. I died by accident. Yeah, I could get them. Where the... Where am... Oh, wait a minute. I'm at a bench now. Hang on. I can actually, like, fix this. What? They don't both go in the same one. Oh, man. Now I get less money. Yeah, I don't need it. Okay. I'm actually going to keep the compass on just so that it's easier for me to, like, talk without losing where I'm going. But yeah, what was I saying? If I were to, like, do a new series, it would make sense if it was a platformer. Not necessarily 2D, although probably preferably 2D. I actually was considering doing a Rayman Origins video. A very random one, I know, and that's not even, like, a game I haven't played before. I've actually played quite a lot of it. I never beat it. I don't know. I'll see. About that one. That one's a maybe. I'm good. Oh, have a good night, Liam. Went Neo, then just use the copy once and then never again. That's so interesting for a bit because I still need to make the thumbnail. I'll probably just check for my own people to read. Oh my god. I was already here. Why are they only a problem to me now? Dude, I can't heal. This is freaking awesome. Okay. I've noticed that it seems even more common than it was in the first game for an enemy to just be able to kill me instantly. Not instantly, sorry. Do 2 damage instead of 1. So in this case, it would be instant. Because I'm on 2 health. That's not really an insta-kill. It's just I've already been hit a bunch. Oh my god, I can't afford to purchase the bench because I died and I have to retrieve my rosaries. This sucks, hang on. I just want to become strong enough to fight that one guy. Because it's clear that I just need better stuff. Or need it. I mean, I have range now, to be fair. It's the wrong way. And that's why I have the compass charm. Need that. It is a need. Bye-bye. Why do I, like, hardly remember being here? It was very recent. Yeah, this is what I mean when I say that I'm, like, not paying enough attention. It makes it to where my retention of the place I'm going to is just terrible. Whoa! Yeah, no wonder I died. There we go. Okay. Gotcha. And this guy's a lot easier. I say as I nearly get hit. Also, I got my rosaries back, so I should probably go over to that bench. I can't wait for my mobility to be better. Okay, back to full health, but I don't have any soul, or bind, whatever. I'll call silk. I'll say silk. I don't have any silk left. Maybe if I sing a silk song, I'll get some back. How did... Huh? Neo Metal, sit on crew. I'm good. So anyway, for anyone interested in this game, what do we think of... Okay, that's complete. Okay. Alright, pal. What do we think of this game so far? How many rosaries did I need? Like 20? Okay, I can spend some here. I don't want either of these, actually. $30. Okay, whatever. When is stopping point for stream? Now might be a good time. I kind of want to give that one guy another go is the thing. Because I have a ranged attack now, which is... That makes a difference. Kinda. A ranged attack that I can use 12 times and it doesn't use my... silk. I'm not gonna lie, I had to remember, like, the name of the game to remember what word it was. But yeah, I think after that, probably gonna call it. That's pretty funny. Sorry if this wasn't, like, the most interesting stream of all time. Oh, I can reflect those. Probably this way. Oh, hi, Limestone, how are you? Yeah, if you liked Hollow Knight, then you're definitely going to like this game. Like, straight up. Like, I enjoyed Hollow Knight, but I wasn't, like, a huge fan, although I did think it was very good. But, like, this game's a lot of fun. I don't know why I did that. No. It's like a scam. Well, this doesn't lead to anywhere. Okay. Trying to actually go through it. Oh, that's good. I have yet to beat Hollow Knight. Like I said, I'll probably beat it off stream. Since I've been playing it off stream anyway. I'm pretty close to the end, though. I got the... I don't know if I should spoil it. I mean, the game has been out for a while. I just felt like saying, like, what item I just recently obtained. And I know it's like a late game one. Have a good one, Gamer King. Wait a minute. Which way... Alright, pal. Oh! And now we know how that interaction works. Okay, at least I'm, like, obscenely close to the thing. Yeah, it's literally right here. Where's my cocoon? Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, I don't know what you want me to do. Chad, do we... For his jump attack, just walk under him? See, I've tried that, and sometimes that works, but sometimes that requires way too fast of a reaction time, you know? Like, that's... It's not that easy. It's not just, oh, walk under him. Like, that's... Especially when you consider that every other attack he does is the opposite of that. Yeah, like, why would I... normally do that? See, if I knew just then and there that he wouldn't do the jump, I go away because I thought he was going to do the sword swing, but then the first time but before then I jumped. I like stayed close to him because if I tried to go away from him, then he would just hit me. And it's like not that noticeable a difference. Like the telegraph, it's hard to tell what he's... I guess like right there you can tell. Okay, there you can tell. That I thought he was about to jump, but that he wasn't. That I also thought he was about to jump, actually. That one I should have kind of saw coming, but like barely. Oh, that wasn't actually... okay. I probably died to that way more than I should have. I, for some reason, didn't think that was an enemy at first. Alright, where's the next bench? I don't have a map of this place. Dang it. This game actually feels like it's more generous with benches than the last one, although that might just be because it's early game. So far, I'm loving this game, by the way. Like, I know it might have seemed like I was a little frustrated with that guy. It was less like I was, like, that angry, and it was just, like, I was a little confused. Because I couldn't tell if I was, like, just doing something wrong the whole time, or if it really was just a skill issue. That's, like, my only thing with Metroidvanias, you know? Sometimes you can't tell if it's, like, I'm missing something, or if I'm just, like, not doing the section right, you know? There's no way I just initiate another fight. Okay. Sorry to do a little bit of a nerd emoji here. Manslaughter means that it's an accidental cause of death of someone. What I just did was fully intentional, which means that that's actually murder. Arguably self-defense, actually, because he did kind of... Actually, no. The first time he attacked first. But those, like, didn't really happen. So actually, I did initiate, technically. Of course, there's no court that would be able to really be able to tell, so I would just make the argument that it was self-defense, and they would probably believe me, because, I mean, like, look, he's so hard, he's so big. Okay, this guy's not so bad. Okay. Ain't no thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you a teammate? Friend or foe? Okay, you are still my friend. Okay, that's good. I thought for a moment that they were about to betray me. Oh, what the frick is happening? Please. Dang it, I wanted to heal. Oh, I'm all the way back here, too. Okay, I know I said I would end stream, but, like, I can't just end it off with me dying. I have to get my stuff back, you know? It's not even that late for me, too. Is it? I don't know. Alexa, what time is it? There's a phone right in front of me. I can just check. Yeah, see, it's not that late. That was the most, like, ridiculous thing ever. I wasn't willing to lift either of my hands off my keyboard for half a second to check the time, so instead I ask Alexa mid-stream. This is very reasonable. Dude, I freaking love the animations for after I bounce off someone with my needle. Oh shoot, where is my death? I still don't have the map of this area, so it's kind of hard to... If I'm not even going near it, or towards it, I'm going to be very annoyed. I'm pretty sure I am. Again, I'm not, like, paying enough attention. Why did I think this was, like, an actual boss for a second? This is, like, very clearly just an enemy. Because, like, I saw him a second. Again, wasn't paying that much attention. I mean, like, there was no name, so I guess that's another clue. Actually, no, I take it back. This guy's definitely not just, like, a regular enemy. What the frick? I don't know why you're here. You honestly made things, like, harder by making sure it's harder to tell what's going on. Yeah, see, right there. Where did that enemy even come from? It's harder for me to keep track of stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that soda that I mentioned earlier that I said isn't good. It's not growing on me at all. I just don't like this. I'm not making a nerd laser. No. I mean, his knees bend slightly for, like, all of his attacks. I don't know, it doesn't matter, I already beat him. Yeah, I'll do a raid once I end stream, probably, unless everyone leaves, because it would just be... Actually, it's literally... It would be a raid of, like, 2 people. I don't even know if I should bother. Because, like... not to be rude towards small streamer. I mean, I am a small streamer, so it wouldn't be rude. But, like... Actually, no. Hang on, I take it back. Okay. Putting it... How do I think of this? If I raid someone and it says 1 viewer, I'm pretty sure that counts me. So it is just literally me, like, announcing my arrival. It's literally just me being all, like, stand ready for my... That's not funny. That's not a funny joke. I'm stopping myself from doing the stupid freaking Invincible reference. No one would find that funny. A rosary necklace. Rose. An Amy Rose. If I didn't do the needle attack, I would have made that jump. Because of the ledge grab. It's like the whip from Spelunky, where it prevents you from ledge grabbing. It's actually very similar. Oh wait, what the frick? I'm very low. Where's the other one? Oh, there's the other one. Oh, thank you. Eh. You know what? Okay, credit where credit's due. She's doing a good job. There we go. Alright, that wasn't even hard. Oh. And I knew that was going to happen. Is there a bench closer? I think there might be. Alright. Nah, I'm done. At this point, it's I'm just okay. It is just me and one other person watching, and I don't know if I should bother with a raid. Here, I'll see if there's anyone to raid. How about that? Darn. I mean, there kind of is. More than one person jump scare. Yeah, sure, this guy's doing a drawing stream. It says only one viewer is ready. You know, I'm just gonna press it.